Hi, my name is Anna Anahit Paitian. I am a poetess, writer, and analyst. I used to do my analysis, especially in theology, because the situation is so complex. For myself, I should have understood what is happening in this world, in religions. So until my young years were like I was raised in atheist family, and I was myself with no religion. And with God's revelations, I could finally find a holy faith, and I was baptized when I was 33. After which, myself being the Armeno-scientist, which means it's Armenian language is a very complex language. It has many layers across the centuries. So I was my specification of the university was old language, Armenian grammar. So, which brought me closer because what happens in Armenian literature, mainly it is ecclesiastical. So, ecclesiastical literature I was learning, going over when I was as young as 18 years old. And after my conversion, it was like everything there. I knew basics of faith because Armenian Church is one of the ancient church, if not the ancient one. And I learned to see the ancient worship. And so that was how it was. Then I was also in the responsible office in national television in Armenia. It was a religious program I was leading. And by my office responsibilities, I should have been also presenting Catholic Church and Russian Church, all churches. So really, I've been very close to all churches, going to their masses, Russian, Greek. And whenever I came to Europe and to United States, I've been also in Latin churches. And I started to terrified. I got terrified when I started to go to Novosord, these churches, and slowly everything unfolded, and I could understand that something terrible happened in 1960s. So I wrote about that many books about whatever I saw, whatever I learned from my childhood, and whatever conflicting with that. And finally, I understood that the Vatican II Council and its consequences, including their not authorized. The Pope are not valid. It's just everything is a mess. And now, in order to follow the Orthodox and right religion, you have to be theologian. Do not trust anybody. You have to go to original sources to read everything for yourself, and to understand it, and to be very careful, because if you don't follow the apostolic and teaching and the traditional teaching, you will be destroyed. You will be doomed, and eternal hell will be there for you, because this is not a joke. The worship of spirits, it's not a joke. Even you see Halloween is turned into a carnival and Santa parties. No, it's not a party. It's an interaction with the devils. It's the same with the Novus Ordo Mass. Every pastor in every church, when they say Francis first, Bergoglio, Benedict XVI, or Saint John Paul II, etc., you have to understand that this is about the Luciferian sect, and you will get very serious demons in you. I cannot convince anybody to this, and that is the whole tragedy. Of course, it is a tragedy to be so full and losing the opportunity to worship God in the right way. The Orthodox means right way. The Orthodox way, which our fathers taught us, and especially Roman Catholics are blessed because they have the full worship in perfection and full dogmatic teaching in perfection. And as our Lord says, whomever is given much will be demanded much. So be careful, please. Being Catholic is 100%. 100% following the canon laws and canonize worship. And if you don't, you will be damned to hell. So what is my main concern and alarm? It is that today's faithful people are just under hypnosis or something. A couple of days ago, I was watching a Mass from Bethlehem, Novus Ordo Mass, and I was following the steps. Like I said, I have been in Orthodox Russian, Armenian churches. I know everything about the liturgy, the Mass, the steps, the openings, the original languages. And when I was watching this Catholic Mass, Novus Ordo in Latin, I was terrified because this is even lower and this is even discredited than Old Catholic or Anglican Mass. And it is very sad that no one can see it because you obey and you believe these deceivers. For example, let's go with steps. In every Mass starts with this Vidia Aqua. Okay, the Vidia Aqua it's missing. Even in some versions, old versions in Tridentine Mass, they don't do it. So, but starting from Psalm 42, it is obligation. So in Novus Ordo, Latinized, cheat, fake Mass, Psalm number 42 is missing. And then come antiphon is missing. Confiteor missing. Indulgentum missing. Kyrie missing. Offertory missing. Veni missing. In canon, Vere Dignum missing. Commemoration missing. Consecration part, changing form and words, which makes the consecration invalid. Elevation, missing. Last gospel, missing. And throughout all this liturgy, priests bless the folk, the present people. It's very important, his blessings, because he offers the sacrifice to God and bless us, and we ask God to be acceptable, accept this sacrifice. In Novus Ordo, Latin form, external form Mass, there is no sacrifice, there is no priest. It is a mass gathering, and like they try to impress with this Latin chants, and offering the invalid Mass, they hunt down your souls because this is not a consecrated Eucharist. It is just branded wine, and everybody who takes it gets worships the ordinary bread and gets devil possessed. So, of course, this is not understood for some reason. No one does anything to compare, to do research, and like I said, this is a very important matter. It is a matter of your eternal existence, your life in eternity, and this is, you cannot play with this. Now, how they deceive you, all this, even traditional cult pastors, they try to say they are traditional and they offer sometimes Tridentine Mass, very rarely. Again, with the big omissions and errors and editing. But they deceive you that this is a real Mass. And how they deceive you? Bringing up the Vatican I Council, as if it says Pope's presence is perpetual, visible institution, and Saint Peter has a perpetual successor. There is no such thing at all. It is misunderstanding, because first of all, in Latin, perpetualis word means universal. And simply the session number 4, Vatican I Council, says that the Pope has authority over all bishops and church. He's a leader. He's a teacher, as Moses was. And he is universally has a primacy. He has a universal primacy over all bishops. That's all it says. And also it follows following the statement that the Pope cannot bring a new teaching, a new religion. It has to be based on tradition. So do we see tradition? I just proved to you that there is nothing traditional in a Muslim going to the Muslim mosque, chanting the Quran with them, and having baptized with the voodoo witches. And I don't want to go even over this. I'm trying to say it is a time that all Catholics demand from the church authorities to offer a real Mass, which is a canonized Tridentine Mass by Pope Saint Pius V, and reject all these shows. You have to do that, and or else you are cooperating with the demon. This is demonic Mass, Luciferian Mass, because the problem, my problem is if they declare like Luther, he was a very honest person. He said, I don't accept your theology, your worship, this is mine. And he just left. If these people are real people, genuine people, they should do the same. Not deceive that as they are Roman Catholic, because they are not. So they defile our holy places, Vatican, and our ancient churches, which they had no connection with. So we have to take it back. How would every faithful Roman Catholic has a responsibility to fight these demons, to be a crusader and to be an inquisitor. And in order to do that, you have to know the ritual step by step and the dogmatic teaching word by word. If you don't do that, you will be dragged to hell, and it is eternal punishment for being lukewarm.